Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to 40 Something Fit Dad. I am your host, Aaron Ross, and welcome to episode 6. Hope you had a great week. Hope you really enjoyed my first interview with Justin McLeod. He's a real... I don't think I did the interview justice. I will get better at it, but I was probably a little bit underprepared and I don't know. It's a new skill. So like with every new skill, I guess it's going to take time, but Justin's a great guy. I'm hoping to get him in person so you can get a real sense of his personality. He's got a big personality. He's a great guy, and I actually really enjoyed talking to him. It was fun, and I'm one interview closer to interviewing The Rock, so I've just got to keep on pushing on, keep on putting in the time, but that's the whole idea of what I want to do with this. So I'll set myself here is to just have conversations with other people, especially dads, and he's got his first baby on the way on New Year's Day, so I'm super excited for him, and he's gonna kill it. Sports update. I had a big day on Saturday. I had the Lakers play, the Western Bulldogs play, and the Storm play. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I prefer it 1 out of 3. Because the Bulldogs lost to the Saints. We played crap for 3 quarters and decided to come back in the last quarter. And close but no cigar. We probably didn't deserve to win, even if we did. But I would have taken the win. But the Saints look good, and hopefully, they give the Tigers a bit of a touch up. But and the Lakers today they're 3-1 up. So. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am excited, but I'm not. I don't know. It's a funny thing. It's funny because they've got such a good team. They should be winning, but today's game was it was pretty tight. Miami had a good game 3 with Jimmy Buckets doing his thing. Man, he's a good player, but it's hard to have. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough for Miami today. It was close, but no cigar. We're still in quarantine. We're still in lockdown, whatever you want to call it, in Melbourne. I don't even know what week it is. But, the cracks are showing. And it's all... I think on a personal thing, it's really hitting home. And good news is... the young one's going back to school on next week, next Monday. So that's a start. And then Talon is going on the week after that. Fingers crossed everything goes well. Everyone in all those other states, in New Zealand, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Hopefully we're the only ones that... I don't know. The numbers, I don't know. I don't want to get involved with this but I just want to get through it. That's all I want to do. I'm really over it. And, just want to get through it. So, stick in there, Melbourne. Those ads that they play, it's fucking, I don't know. I don't know if you've seen just these ads of, I guess, normal people going, oh, we've come so far. Stick at it and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, come on, man, don't treat us like idiots. We don't need ads like that to tell us, to stick at it and wear masks and do all that sort of stuff. We don't need ads. It's a bit of an insult, really. Again, government funded, but who knows? They're probably not even from Melbourne. It's just fucking all these other actors, or I don't know. It's just strange. It's something I saw this week, and I'm just like, what the heck? This week, it's been on a parenting front. It's been pretty tough. I'm starting to learn more about my parenting skills and my weaknesses and strengths in it. And it's just, I'm finding that I feel like I'm playing a character and playing cheerleader to Tali. No disrespect. It's not disrespectful. It's with Khan. We're having a few problems with him. It's just this whole situation with the lockdown and everything like that. You know, he's at the age where I know exactly where he is and what he's coming from, but I don't express that to him. I don't express that I understand that. I just be a dad. You know, don't yell at your mum. I can see the frustration on him. And you know, if I do come home or whatever, and you know, there's some sort of verbal incident, you know, I walk in, I automatically, you know, back Talia. She probably is right, but I feel that Khan feels that he's been sort of teamed up against and hasn't got a voice and doesn't. Yeah, it's a funny one. Because I think that you know, he is at this age where, you know, he doesn't want to hear what needs to be heard or what needs to be said, but at the same time he still needs guidance. I don't know. I have to really think about that one, because I really think I have to work on my relationship with him. Sorry, this mic's a bit. Not just as a dad, I've just got to get out of, like, when things are good and okay, and you know, there's no dramas. I don't hang out. I don't, you know, even though there might be something on his mind, I just keep to myself. And yeah, I say g'day and how your day is and all that sort of stuff, but I don't go in deep. That's part of my personality, but I think that's something that I really want to, and I can see it in him as well. He is very, he doesn't like going in too deep or asking too many. Yeah, we're one of the same, and it's not healthy, because, yeah, I feel that I should be a lot more open, and yeah, it's something that I have to work on. There's so many things. That's the thing. It's just, there's so many things to work on. And then, you know, am I working on the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I only doing this because I've been told to do this? Or deep down, do I feel like I should be working on these sort of things? But yeah, man, it's, yeah, the lockdown has been a what has it been? It's been a learning experience for me as a dad. I've probably said this in the last couple of episodes, because I keep on learning. These are one of the jobs that if you do become a father, you're it. You don't. There's no experience. You only go off what your dad and other, you know, how your dad did it, and we just go on and we just try and deal with the situation, and then your actual personality comes into it as well. You know, you are a dad, but you're also a person as well, with faults and insecurities, and they sort of, I don't know, it's just like you pretend you're not, it's, I don't know, you just feel that you put on this character. I put on this character. I'm not talking about everybody, but, you know, and maybe sometimes this character's wrong and I should be more of myself, and just explain, you know, where I'm at. And it's like I don't want to show weakness as a parent. You know, if I don't know the answer, I'll just, I don't know, just raise my voice, or it is what it is, and this is the rules, and I don't know. I've just got a lot to learn, and that's what I noticed. You know, when speaking to Juzzy in the last podcast. You know, he's just to see his excitement for being a father for the first time, and I've got to go back to that because I saw photos. There's some photos around here of when Khan was born, and there was a lot in that picture. There was a little person that will change my life forever, and that, you know, right then when I saw him when he was born, I just knew that my world has changed and I had to change with it. And then I saw myself, and I looked shit scared. I was skinny. I wasn't healthy. And I could see in that photo how the fear. And I can't go back and tell that guy, listen, you got to pull your socks up, and this is what's going to happen, and you're going to go through challenges, because it's not possible for a start. But I look back now, and like 16 years on, and I've still got that fear. I've still got those challenges. And yeah, it was quite emotional seeing that photo, and then seeing my son at this stage, you know, struggling with finding himself. When I know I'm still searching for myself, so I know he's just at that point where he's changing and all his emotions are up there, and there's so many questions and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I've got I really have to be working on my relationship with not only myself, not with him, not just with all my kids, but myself as well. But yeah, I've been really off. Like, I don't know if you listened to the last podcast, but I did reveal a few things about myself, a few addictions, mainly the porn addiction. And I was really vulnerable at that time of saying it. And then after saying it, like, I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders, but I didn't take any action. I just said it and then let it be. And like with any addiction, without any work done on it, man, it just come back. And I felt disappointed in myself. And yeah, this week, and topped off with, you know, still being locked down and just life being life, and, you know, your everyday sort of struggles. This one was always been burning in the back of my head, you know, and it's just, yeah. But yeah, it's time to move forward, take some action with it, and that's what this whole process is for me, is learning, not only from other fathers. Like, I got some great comments and conversations that I had in regard to my last episode, and, you know, I'm speaking to people that I've never really spoken to at depth before. And even people saying that it's nice to actually hear the real me, which is good, you know, good in a way. But, you know, it's just upsetting that I feel that I'm only I'm only one level. I don't go deep with anybody. I don't have any super close bestest of friends. I've got great friends and acquaintances, and I'm friendly with people, and I love meeting people. But I just know that I just scratch the surface. That's about it. Even with my own family, I'm very, not shallow. I was speaking to Talia, and she said shallow. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm shallow. I just don't. Is it shallow? No, shallow is more of a, I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't feel shallow. I mean, I have, like, when I'm talking to someone, or, you know, in a conversation with someone, I'm pretty engaged with it. I don't know. I'll look that up. Maybe I am. Shit. But anyway, yeah. I just wanted to... What was I talking about? I'm thrown off by the shallow comment. But I don't have... Someone talked about like trauma, like before, like in my younger years, and that's where a lot of habits and behaviors are carved out of, which I get, and that I used my porn addiction as a coping mechanism, which makes a lot of sense. It makes a hell of a lot of sense. So I feel uncomfortable even talking about this, but we've got to move on. We've got to be adults here. I've got to be an adult. And what I mentioned last time as well is, and the way I feel is that for me to get better and to move on and to grow as a person, I have to control what I can control in a good sense. Let me explain. I talked about sleep and about my emotions when I get good sleep and when I get bad sleep. If I am tired, I do make rash decisions. I am very cranky, very detached, and that's most nights. I do want to call myself a night owl, always have been, but this is a behaviour that I've always had because remember when I was young with my dad, was staying at my dad's, I go to bed at like 7:30 was my bedtime, where all my mates were going to bed at 10:30, 11, and then I go to my mum's and it was party time and I could just stay up whenever. So I think I feel like that, I don't know, I just stay up late, but nothing really comes good of it. I've done it forever, and the next day I'm just struggling. And so I'm coming up with before I go into it, the 7-day challenge, one of the good things about podcasts is I got reminded of it when I was speaking to a guy about sleep, and it was I'm going to bring up Joe Rogan a lot because he's the podfather. I think he's the podfather. And he had a gentleman called his name was Matthew Walker, and it's episode 1109 if you want to look it up, of the Joe Rogan Experience, and it's about sleep, and it was fascinating. I got his book Why We Sleep, which is I got it on Audible, but it's quite a long listen. But listen to his podcast and get a good sense of it. And ever since I listened to that, I listened to it probably about 6 months ago, and I went to sleep. I had about 3 days of 9 hours sleep. Fantastic, but again, the habit kicked in, and it's tough sticking to things, man. But I'm doing a 7-day challenge. Starting from tomorrow. Tomorrow is... What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, the 8th. Yeah, Thursday the 8th of October. I'm doing a 7-day challenge, and it's going to be basically cold turkey on a lot of things and a lot of good stuff, and doing a lot of I'll explain it to you. So I'm basically going to reverse engineer my day. So the first thing is 8 hours sleep. 8 hours sleep. And that's because we've got a lot of lights and things we live in a garage, so there's a lot of lights and things like that. So we shut off everything, so there's no light at all. We've been doing that the last couple of nights. It's been fantastic. So 8 hours sleep, solid sleep. And I'm going to wear my iWatch, and it has like a thing that reads your sleep, and I'll put all the info that I get out of there, how much REM sleep I get, and all that sort of stuff. And 9 hours work, which is just a given. There's not much I can do about that. So that is 16 hours left. 7 hours. Jesus. 7 hours? Yeah. Man, maths is not my strong point. 17. Yeah, so I've got 7 hours to play. 1 hour of exercise daily. And that is, while I'm talking about, I've been roped into a burpee challenge as well. I'm just saying yes to a lot of things. I feel like the yes man. The Jim Carrey movie. There's a guard dog. It's called the Burpee Bounce Back Challenge. Thanks, Glenn, for telling me to sign up for that. I just thought, it's a good way to kickstart my fitness. I haven't been doing I've been doing a few workouts here and there, but there's been a good time to get into it. The Burpee Bounce Back Challenge for mental health recovery. So it's for a really good cause. Complete, here's the kicker, 1,534, so 1,534 burpees in 17 days. That's 90 per day. Yeah. To recognise the number of young Australians diagnosed with mental illness every day. So I'm going to do that. I think it's from the 14th of October. So, yeah, I'm going to chuck that on my my Facebook and Instagram and all that sort of stuff. So you can either join up or donate. I'm aiming for $500. I really like these causes, these sort of, especially when it comes to fitness. I think it's a really good time to. It's keeps you accountable because you're doing it for a good, not only for your fitness, but a good sort of cause as well, which is cool. So yeah, that's going to sort of kickstart my fitness. So that's an hour of fitness a day, and I want to start running. I think running's. I just want to mix it up. Running, I've got some weights, bike ride, burpees. I think that'll take me an hour a day anyway. 2 hours of connection with my family. So the idea is, as soon as I get home, switch off my phone, chuck it on charge, and just immerse myself in family stuff. Dinner, of course, trying to get that dinner on the table, sit around, talk about your day, and just force myself to connect with my girls. Not just that 2-minute, how was your day, blah, 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 but really get involved, be annoying, and getting with my son as well. If he's playing PlayStation, jump in with that, and just start to connect better than I have been. Yeah, I think that's, and it's going to be, I don't know, it's something that I really want to do. 2 hours is a long time, but it'll go past really quick, and it's going to get me out of the, come home tired, all that sort of stuff, and then just watch TV and waste hours. So starting for tomorrow, that's it. So if the girls hear this, be ready, and the boy, and my wife as well. Of course, we've got to really spark up that as well. And then 2 hours on my side hustle, which means podcasts, which means Amazon, some reading as well, and 1 hour, which I call fuck off time. So that's a bit of social media, a bit of TV, and that's about it. Just for the 1 hour. No porn for 7 days. And I'll be doing an hourly video. I'm not going to show you everybody that, but hourly video on just how I feel every hour, and just keep me accountable on those times where I think I need accountability. Probably a social media one as well during the day, and then my 1 hour is just strictly social media. None of this, It feels better talking about it. But in the mornings, this is really immersive sort of stuff. I'm just throwing myself in there. Journaling. I've been doing a lot of journaling over the last 6 months. I've sort of died off it for a bit, but journal every morning, just how I feel, what I'm going to do for my day. I've got a daily planner as well, have those done the night before, and then I can get into, chipping those things away for the next day. I'll show that daily planner on later. I haven't got it in front of me. But just my journaling is just a small. Hang on, I've got it here somewhere. I've had it here for writing stuff, just however I feel. I started it in April. Hang on. Yeah, April 17. The last couple of months there've been a lot of blank pages, so that's why I've got to, and I said at the start of my journaling that, that blank days are not lost days, but they're just without sort of guidance. I don't know. And, is a blank day is a day further from my goal, if that makes sense. But, so journaling, meditation. I use the Calm app. It's cost me $60 a year. I use that at night time as well. It's got a really good sleeping app on it as well. And I'm usually out, like you can go up to, 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour of just sort of guided meditation. And in the mornings as well, there's really good ones on this on the Calm app. It's got like 7 days of focus, and every day's just got 7 days of breaking bad habits or whatever it is. It's an excellent app, and they've got stories, and it's really good. And I've got to get back into that. It's just having that clear mind, and moving forward from there. So yeah, now I googled a few things. So what else? So 8 hours sleep is optimal for adults my age. No caffeine drinks after 12 p.m. That means no coffees. I love coffees. I love coffees on the way home. It's my little escape, but no more. Not for 7 days anyway. But no caffeine after 12 p.m. Optimal amount of water an adult should is 3.7 liters. But it also says you can have it in fruit and things like that. But I don't trust myself I don't know how to measure that. So 3.7 liters of water per day. So yeah, reading for half an hour. I've got plenty of books that I want to read. I'll put those up as well. And foods, I want to try and get away from no takeaway food for the 7 days. Try and steer away from sugars and processed. I just want to have this just these 7 days, and then I'll just rejig it. If there's things that I'm not happy with, then I'll just keep on. Maybe it's a rolling 7 days. You just keep on doing it. Because if I do it for a month, I think it's I don't know, it's too much. And I think 7 day wins, have those little wins along the way. So yeah, so good meats, good veggies, fresh fruit. Trying to cut out the breads and dairy, but I'll just have less and just more good stuff. But it's more the processed stuff and takeaway that I want to sort of get away from. Not only is it costing us a hell of a lot of money, it just makes you feel shit. So yeah, it's probably, this breakdown is probably what everyone here does. And I'm trying to sell it off like it's it's world changing. Like this is probably what normal people do. But I just want it to change. I just want something to give. I need a jolt. I need something, because just floating around with thoughts in my head of what I should be doing and just thinking about it. Is not, when I'm not getting any, I got that little dopamine hit by just telling everyone, just saying it, and then after that, it was just it. Yeah, I just needed to work on. I just really need to work on it, and I don't know. I've been having a listen to, and even like a lot of, there was another Joe Rogan podcast about narcissism and ego, and it's really good. It was actually on today's episode. I'll I'll find the link on it anyway. But it was brilliant. It was really good. Just about social media as well, and what we get out of it. But yeah, and they were talking about like a lot about like ego killers as well, like psychedelics, mainly psychedelics, and what they do. You know, having like there's ayahuasca, psilocybin, and there's ayahuasca and DMT and things like that, and it was intriguing and interesting about what it does and where the trips go, and yeah, something to look into. Definitely something to look into. Because why the hell not? Why the hell not? This is, I'm obviously going to be working on, my addictions and bad habits, but if there are things just to, I don't know, I think there's something in it. I definitely think there's something in it. I'll look into it. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this week. I really appreciate all the feedback from last week's podcast. It was quite I was quite vulnerable with it, but I think from the feedback that I got, I hope it has started a few conversations just internally with yourself, and maybe with those ones, with those people who are sort of important to you, because it doesn't. The idea of speaking about it is bigger than the actual speaking about it, if that makes sense. Yeah, especially if it's been on your shoulders and it's really affecting your life, and it's stressing you out and keeping you up at night and keeping secrets. It is heavy, man. It's a heavy thing to carry around, and it doesn't have to be that way. That's the way I look at it. I'm feeling now that if I am open and honest about things that are troubling me with, mainly with my wife, but even being open with my kids as well about things that's, I'm struggling with, or that I don't understand, instead of just being so defensive about things. That's where, I lose a lot of. I try and fight my way out of things just to save face and stop being embarrassed. And I see that in my son as well. He's if he's done something wrong, and I'm telling him he's done something wrong, then he doesn't want to hear it. And but yeah, that's where, just growing my relationship with him, I'll teach him that it's okay to be wrong, it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to, and you learn from it, as long as you learn from them. Because every day I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about being a dad, a husband, a friend. That comment about, getting to know the real me is like, am I only, how am I? That's not that I care about how I'm perceived. It's about how am I as a person, So, yeah, the quest goes on about finding oneself and just that self-awareness. And that is hard. I'm finding it's hard that just to be aware of who you are and what drives you, and what's just self-awareness, I think, is it's tough, but it's interesting at the same time. And I wish just instead of floating around thinking life will just happen, just letting life happen and not living it, and not, I don't know, I'm always been stuck to the walls, as in being part of a group. I've always just been on the outside, and what people find easy, I found hard, you know. You know, like organising catch-ups with friends. You know, people would do that with me and I'd cancel it, or I'd never catch up. You know, if we're or with family and things like that, I just felt like I was a bit of an outsider, not really part of it. And, yeah, I still feel that way. But it's all part of learning and self-discovery and self-awareness, and just knowing that, you know, I'm just very lucky. Gratitude is something that I've got to put that on there as well. Just gratitude. There's a book called The Miracle Morning, and it goes through like a morning ritual, which I forgot the author, but yeah, man, he nearly died in a car accident, I think. And just the gratitude that he got there from living. And that's the thing, you know, all these people get these epiphanies and all these sort of things due to near-death experiences, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to nearly die to be a good person, you know. I just want, you see all these people with one leg and no legs doing marathons and all this sort of shit, and I'm like, what's my excuse? And what am I doing here? It's interesting. It's interesting. But I got to get some comedy into this, man. Every episode that I've done is so it's so deep. But you know, I just wanted to, I guess, I don't know, just by sort of speaking about what's on my mind and things like that, and the troubles that I'm going through, as a, you know, on the outside, I try to put up a not a veneer. I don't know, just like everything's okay. When I know things, and even if they are okay, they can always be better. But then, am I trying to be? I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it because I haven't really thought about it. I'll just be babbling on like I have for the last 37 minutes. But yeah, that'll do for the episode. I've got a few more guests lined up, some close friends of mine, with some different backgrounds, and I promise that I will work on my interviewing skills. I think there's a lot in it for people. People don't just want to hear me rambling. There's a lot of people out there that have got great stories, and should be shared. And I hope it helps them, you know, to open up the way it sort of helps me talking to you guys. But that's it. Have a great week. Now to the editing part, which I'm learning. It's good to learn a new skill, but it's a painful one at the same time. But thanks a lot. Thanks for your support, everyone. Have a great week. Go Lakers. Storm got a week off. And if your footy teams are still in the finals, yeah, get stuffed. Peace.